It's time. It's time. It's main roster time. Bron Breakker has reached his limit and I believe full potential inside WWE NXT. When you have to go against Von Wagner for what feels like the 100th time, and I know there's all a storyline, which I'm not even going to get into that, because how can the guy be barely able to walk, barely able to work out, barely able to do anything, but yet come back walking and stronger than ever? Sure, he had little mind issues in the match or whatever, but we're not talking about the storyline. I want to talk about Bron Breakker. And with all these NXT call-ups that's supposed to happen, we just saw the Creed brothers get called up with Paige Van Zant. Is it time to move Bron Breakker from the developmental brand and put him on the main roster? Something that we thought was going to happen after the last WrestleMania. But he would have this heel turn and would begin to go against people like Ilya Dragunov. He'd go up against people like Carmelo Hayes yet again. He would have a major rub with The Undertaker, where some people, for whatever reason, put it upon themselves to say that he was being buried. As always, if you like the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below on your feelings about Bron Breakker. Do you think he'll be a star on the main roster? And do you think it's time that we move him to the main roster? He had a rub with John Cena. He had a major rub with Paul Heyman. They've been slowly but surely moving Bron Breakker up and kind of out. The Creed brothers go to Monday Night Raw. Why not take Bron Breakker now, put him on WWE SmackDown, have him go one-on-one with the one and only greatest of all time, not that others are saying, John Cena. They already teased the match and what a match it would be, because the styles are pretty similar to an extent. And you would have to imagine that John would probably put him over. You'd have to imagine that John would probably let Bron Breakker win, but maybe not. But you have a heel that has no one else left in NXT to even go against that would even come close to being a competitor, really, to what Bron Breakker is right now. He's been on NXT for so long that what else can you possibly do with him? What else can you possibly do for Bron Breakker? He's already faced Baron Corbin. He's already faced Von Wagner a couple times. He's already faced Carmelo Hayes a couple times. He's already faced Dragunov a couple of times. All the main stars that are on NXT right now, the top guys, the top people, he's already done. He's already faced them. Please don't keep going to the well. Move him to SmackDown where he can go against a John Cena. He can go against a Rey Mysterio. He can go against an LA Knight. Yeah, he can go against AJ Styles on the main roster. It's time to move Bron Breakker. It's time to give him the shine. Give him the major rub. Give him the push. Because honestly, if he stays on NXT, there's not a whole lot more that you can do with him. And he's actually going to hunt your roster because no one else is going to be able to rise above. You're going to find it very hard to develop people to take his place as long as he is still there. This is a cry for a push. This is a cry to the NXT higher-ups. That's probably not going to see this video, let's be honest, but you never know. People are always watching. Bron Breakker has the potential to be a major star. He already is on NXT. I'm not quite sure if I like the heel version of him better than I like the babyface version of him. But I do think the heel version was a nice push to kind of keep him relevant. I don't know. You tell me.